Hello and welcome back. Let's make some springtime cards today, and I even have a Valentine's Day card thrown in the mix. I'm going to be using some brand new products from Spellbinders, and these products were designed by Vicki Papaioannou. I always love it when she comes out with new designs, and I'm really excited to show you what's new. So I have some of the collection here. This isn't everything, but let's start out with this little set. It's called Rain or Shine. There's a little sunshine, and the middle part is separate. There's a thunderbolt and a cloud, an umbrella that you can dress up different ways, and a beautiful rainbow. Next up is Raining Hearts. Now this one's really fun. It has two different pieces that you can use. So this one is the hearts. And it just cuts out these dainty little hearts that you can place an umbrella beneath. In this opening, you get two sentiments with the shadow pieces, and they say yay and hello. And then the second plate cuts out raindrops. So this set would be great for spring or Valentine's, but I'm going to use this on a Valentine's Day card today. Next up is the umbrella blooms, and this is a large set of dies, and you get a larger umbrella in this set. I think this umbrella goes better with the Raining Hearts dies. Just fits in that opening better. But you get a lot of beautiful florals with this as well, and a lot of different ways that you can design your umbrella. And then last, I'm super excited about this one because I collect all of the dies from Spellbinders that are similar. This one is called I've Got You Covered. Let me just take this out and let's get a closer look at this. It also comes with the cutting dies, and this one's really unique because the dies cut out the thinking of you. Let me pull one of these off. They also have a die for hello, and it just cuts them out so beautifully. It's not like a shadow piece. It actually cuts around the die really closely, is what I'm trying to say. I'll give you a close-up in a few minutes here. And then it cuts out the thinking of you, but it also cuts out the thinking of and the you separate if you want to put the you underneath the thinking of. So I love these sets. I also have two others. I have the Sending You, which I use a lot, and the Lots of Wishing You sentiments. So this is another one that's very similar to these older stamp and die sets. Okay, so let's get in on card number one, which is going to be our Valentine's Day card. I want to do a little bit of ink blending. This is going to be the panel that goes behind the heart die cut panel, so I want it to be a variegated pink. So I'm starting with the lightest pink first, and I don't need a really smooth blend for this because you're just going to see a little bit of the paper showing through. And I'm using some positively saturated inks from Simon Says Stamp. Now we'll go in with our medium color. And these are very close. It's a very subtle change between these three colors. And now for the darkest, I'll put that up at the top. I'll go back in with the other colors just to get a little more saturation. I want this to really pop from behind the heart die, or the hearts die. And like I said, it doesn't need to be perfectly blended. Okay, this is going to be our outer panel. And I'm starting with a piece of Glacier Blue cardstock. I'll start at the top with our darkest color. I'm just going to work my way down the panel with lighter colors of blue, or at least one lighter color of blue. And this one too doesn't need to be a perfect blend because I want it to look like a stormy sky. This is the panel that I'm going to be using with the die cut. Okay, so I'm going to tape the edges. This fits perfectly onto an A2 sized card, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. And here it is all cut out. I'm going to use my all-in-one tool just to pop out these little hearts. They pop out very easily. I think if I had run it through my Platinum 6 more than once, they would have just fell out. But that's all right. I'll just finish popping them out with this tool. And then I can save these hearts for another project. They're so cute. I'll use the brush at the other end of the tool just to brush away anything that's still holding on. And then this is going to look so pretty over the pink panel. I'll use some liquid glue to attach it. And I did put glue up at the top and in between the little hearts. And here we go. Isn't that cute? I'm going to hold it down with a couple of acrylic blocks. I used the larger umbrella from the umbrella bloom set, and I cut it out with some red cardstock. So the top part of the umbrella will be a lighter red. This is Poppy Field. And then a darker piece will go underneath, and I believe I used pomegranate for that, just so it looks like it's in the shadows. It has little attachments for the top of the umbrella as well as the handle. And I just used some brushed black cardstock for that. The die is embossed, so you know exactly where to attach the top piece. I cut out the Hello sentiment as well as its shadow piece from the Raining Hearts set. And that's the same pink color. I just blended it onto a piece of scrap white and cut it out and attached it to some brushed black cardstock. Now we can attach the umbrella, and I'm just going to put this down flat. These are very quick and simple cards to put together. I decided to pop up the sentiment with some foam squares. And I put the foam squares on either side of the handle so it would be all level. I'm going to add a few of the blooms from the umbrella bloom set, just to dress it up a little bit. And I cut out the centers with brushed black cardstock, but I do come back in with some onyx black gems and put over the centers of these flowers. And I decided just to glue these down flat as well. I'm just going to put 3 down. They don't want to stay down. And then a couple of leaves. And these flowers are also from the inks that I blended onto a piece of scrap paper, so that they're all matchy-matchy. And here is a close-up look at card number 1. Isn't that so much fun? The little raindrop die is going to be so much fun for a springtime card. On to card number 2. I'm going to use the smaller die set called Rain or Shine, and I cut out my pieces off camera. I have a little window piece, and I wanted to put a little bit of color behind or in each window. So I'm putting down some yellow in one, and then a little bit of pink in the next one. This is just a very faint pink. We'll go with a blue in the third window. And then the fourth window, I wanted it to be gray. I'll glue the window down flat, and it does leave a little bit of a border. And then I can start adding all of the elements. But first, let's stamp out the sentiment. The sentiment says, "No matter the weather, we're friends forever." And I'll pop that up in the center of this card. Now that I have that in place, I can put down all of the other pieces. So we'll glue down the umbrella, and we'll put it down with a little bit of liquid glue. Next, we'll put down the rainbow. And on each of these windows, I used a little bit of foam glitter just to add a touch of sparkle to the card. I'm going to add some clouds at the end of each side of the rainbow. Next, I'll attach the sun. And then in the fourth window, I cut out a lightning bolt with 2 different colors of yellow cardstock and some clouds. I like that this die has a shadow piece on it. It's so much fun and well thought out. It's very subtle, but it is a darker yellow. And then I'll glue down a glitter cloud. And then another cloud just cut out with some gray cardstock. I'm just going to tuck that behind the glitter cloud. I'm adding some silver discs around this panel for a finishing touch. I thought those went really well with the silver glitter foam. I still need to attach it to a card base. And this is just going to be a side folding card. And here is a close-up look at the finished card. So many cute elements in this die set. I don't know which one I like best. On card number 3, I'm going to be using the larger die set called Umbrella Bloom. And I'm going to create a pink umbrella this time. I added the top piece with some foam squares just to add some dimension and so that I could fill it up with some flowers. I'm attaching a postage edge oval onto a piece of pattern paper. It came from one of the previous card kits. I popped this into my mini MISTI so that I could stamp out a sentiment. And the sentiment's going to say, "Life's showers bring love's flowers." I want to bend this a little bit so it follows along the edge of my oval die cut. And that's very easy to do on the door of the MISTI. And it just stamps out so cute. I like it up at the top there, curved around the oval. I'm also going to use the sentiment that says hello, and you'll get a chance to look at how cute the dies cut out these sentiments. So I'm stamping it with some VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And then I'll use the coordinating die. And then here it is all done. Isn't that just pretty? This will go up at the top. But before I put that on, I want to attach the umbrella. I'm just adding some liquid glue behind this, and I almost attached it the wrong way. Not that it would be wrong, but I want it to be upside down so that it can contain some flowers. So we'll glue this down, and then I'm going to add some glossy accents. I'm starting out by going around the border of the umbrella. This will kind of contain the glossy accent so it doesn't drip off. Once I've drawn my outline, I'll fill in the rest. And I do leave a few air bubbles. You can avoid that by going back in with a pin and just kind of popping some of the air bubbles before it dries. But I neglected to do that, but it still looks super cute. Once I'm done with this, I do set it aside for a few hours to dry. I believe I even left it overnight to dry. And let me show you a close-up look. It will dry clear. It kind of goes down opaque. But here it is all dry now. And I do have a little bow I'm going to attach to the top of the umbrella or the handle. Let's put down the sentiment, and I popped it up with some foam pieces. And now to build the little floral bouquet inside this umbrella. I put the flowers together already, and there are so many choices in this set. It's so much fun. And I'm just going to glue all of these down flat. This one looks like a little tulip to me. I love the looks of this one. And then it has the tulip, the long tulip leaf. I do put them in the umbrella kind of high, and I wish I had lowered them a little bit, but next time I'll do better at lowering them just a little bit. But this is my first time trying to build a bouquet and an umbrella, and it was so much fun. I'm going to attach a few flowers to the front of the umbrella, or the outside of the umbrella, I should say. And now for the bow, I'm just going to use a little dot of glue to adhere this, and then I'll trim off the ends. And here is a close-up look at the finished card. I did use a few gems on the inside of my floral pieces on the outside of the umbrella. Then I used a leftover tulip on the inside of the card. But isn't that so cute? So these are really well thought out, clever dies and stamps. Vicki did another wonderful job on her designs. I'll have the links to all of these products listed in the description box below if you're interested in checking any of these out. I know it's still winter and cold here in Chicagoland, but it sure was fun creating some springtime cards. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful crafty day. Bye.